Chapter 3. Crossing Dimensions. A cold wind whipped across the desolate wasteland, sending shivers down Alex's spine despite the heat radiating from the twin suns hanging low in the crimson sky. Neo stood beside them, his form a silhouette against the fiery backdrop. "Are you sure this is the right place?" Alex asked, their voice barely audible above the howling wind. Doubt gnawed at them. The telepathic connection they'd established with the warrior woman felt faint, a flickering candle flame in a vast storm. Neo didn't reply. He closed his eyes, his brow furrowed in concentration. A moment later, his eyes snapped open, glowing with a faint blue light. "There's a residual energy signature here," he rasped, his voice rough. "Weak, but it matches the one you picked up from the warrior queen." Hope flared within Alex. A residual signature meant someone had been here recently, perhaps even the warrior queen herself. But where had they gone? "We need to focus," Neo continued, his voice laced with urgency. "The longer we stay here, the higher the risk of encountering Borg patrols." Taking a deep breath, Alex shut out the noise of the wind and focused on the faint echo of the telepathic connection. They visualized the warrior queen, her fierce gaze and unwavering determination. Slowly, an image began to form in their mind, a swirling vortex of colors, a gateway between dimensions. "I see it," Alex exclaimed, pointing towards a cluster of jagged rocks in the distance. Between two particularly large boulders, a faint shimmer pulsed erratically, like a dying ember. With newfound purpose, they and Neo raced towards the shimmering gateway. The air crackled with a strange energy as they drew closer. The telepathic connection intensified, a desperate plea washing over them. "Help us!" The voice boomed in their minds, laced with a tremor of fear. "The Borg are here. They've breached our defenses." Without hesitation, Alex reached out with their mind, anchoring themselves to the warrior queen's plea. "We're here," they projected their thoughts back, their voice resonating with a newfound confidence. "Hold on, we're coming through." Gripping Neo's arm tightly, Alex stepped into the shimmering portal. The world dissolved into a kaleidoscope of colors, a dizzying assault on their senses. When their vision cleared, they found themselves standing on a vast, metallic platform overlooking a sprawling cityscape bathed in the harsh glow of artificial suns. The air hung heavy with the metallic tang of ozone and the faint hum of unseen machinery. Towering structures of cold, gleaming metal dominated the horizon, their windows glowing with an eerie blue light. This was no idyllic world teeming with life. It was a machine, a monument to cold, calculated efficiency. A shiver ran down Alex's spine. This was the Borg homeworld, the heart of their vast empire. Fear threatened to overwhelm them, but the warrior queen's desperate plea echoed in their mind. They couldn't give up now. A figure emerged from the shadows, her armor gleaming in the artificial light. It was the warrior queen, her face etched with worry, but her eyes burning with a fierce determination. "You made it," she boomed, her voice a welcome sound in the sterile silence. "Thank the ancestors. We need your help more than ever." "What's the situation?" Neo asked, his voice grim. The warrior queen gestured towards the cityscape. "The Borg launched a surprise attack. They've breached the outer perimeter and are advancing towards the core. We're holding them off, but they're relentless. Their technology is unlike anything we've ever encountered." Alex felt a surge of dread. The Borg were here, on their home turf, with all the advantages at their disposal. Could they possibly hope to win? "We have a plan," the warrior queen continued, a flicker of hope igniting in her eyes. "We have a weapon, an ancient artifact capable of disrupting their technology. But it requires a specific energy signature to activate. And that's where we come in," Alex realized. The warrior queen nodded. "Your connection to Gaia," she explained. "It grants you a unique energy signature. We believe it might be the key to activating the weapon." A heavy weight settled on Alex's shoulders. The fate of countless worlds now rested on their ability to control a power they barely understood. But there was no turning back. "Take us to this weapon," Alex declared, their voice firm with newfound resolve. The warrior queen led them through the labyrinthine corridors of the metallic city, the hum of machinery a constant thrumming in their ears. They dodged patrols of Borg drones, their metallic bodies glinting menacingly in the artificial light. Finally, they arrived at a massive chamber, its walls adorned with strange symbols that pulsed with a faint inner light. In the center of the chamber stood a pedestal, upon which rested a sphere of obsidian-like material, swirling with an otherworldly energy. "This is the Aegis," the warrior queen explained, her voice echoing in the vast chamber. "An ancient weapon said to be capable of disrupting the Borg's technology by overloading their neural networks." Alex approached the Aegis, their hand hovering over the smooth, cool surface. The sphere pulsed in response, the swirling energy intensifying. They could feel a faint hum resonate within them, an echo of the Aegis power. "How do I activate it?" Alex asked, their voice barely a whisper. "Focus," the warrior queen instructed. "Channel your connection to Gaia, use its power to resonate with the Aegis. Remember the vision you had, the connection with the other heroes." Closing their eyes, Alex took a deep breath. Images flickered behind their eyelids. Neo, the warrior queen, the scholar hunched over a crackling machine, the young boy with eyes that shone with an unnatural light. These were the fragments of their resistance, a beacon of hope in a sea of darkness. Focusing on that hope, that unity, Alex poured their energy into the Aegis. The sphere pulsed violently, the swirls of energy intensifying until they seemed to solidify into tendrils of pure light. They lashed out, reaching for the pulsating metal walls, the humming machinery, the patrolling Borg drones. A scream, not organic, but a high-pitched electronic shriek, ripped through the chamber. The Borg drones convulsed, sparks flying from their metallic bodies. The machinery sputtered and died, plunging the chamber into darkness. For a moment, there was stunned silence. Then, a cheer erupted from the warrior queen, a sound that echoed through the vast chamber. The Aegis pulsed steadily now, a beacon of defiant light amidst the darkness. "It worked," the warrior queen exclaimed, relief washing over her face. "You've disrupted their technology, but this will only be temporary. We need to get you out of here before the Borg adapt and counterattack." Neo, ever the pragmatist, nodded grimly. "We need to find the others, the ones you sensed during your vision. They might be the key to a more permanent solution." With the Borg temporarily disabled, the warrior queen guided them through a secret network of tunnels, a hidden resistance base nestled deep beneath the city's metallic underbelly. Here, they found a motley crew of rebels, a diverse group united by their hatred of the Borg. There was Aegis, a wizened scholar whose knowledge of ancient technology rivaled Alex's scientific expertise. His eyes twinkled with an intelligence that belied his age, and his gnarled fingers trembled with excitement as he studied the Aegis. There was Cato, a young boy with strange markings adorning his skin and eyes that glowed faintly with an otherworldly blue light. He spoke little, but his telepathic abilities resonated strongly with Alex, a connection that promised a growing understanding of their shared powers. And then there was Xylo, a hulking warrior with cybernetic enhancements that granted him superhuman strength and agility. He regarded Alex with suspicion at first, but the success of the Aegis mission earned him begrudging respect. Together, they huddled in the dimly lit chamber, formulating a plan. Aegis could be their key weapon, but they needed a way to weaponize it, to develop a method to disrupt the Borg technology on a larger scale. Aegis, the scholar, spoke with fervor, his voice raspy but energetic. "The Aegis responds to your connection, Alex," he declared. "But its power can be amplified. We can combine your unique energy signature with the combined telepathic abilities of you and Cato. Imagine it," Cato spoke, his voice barely a whisper but filled with power, "a vast network of minds, all focused on the Aegis, all pushing back against the Borg's control." The idea sent a shiver down Alex's spine. It was risky, a gamble that could backfire spectacularly. But with the Borg threat looming large, they had no choice. This was their best shot at turning the tide. Days turned into weeks as they worked tirelessly, fueled by a desperate hope. Aegis provided some relief, disrupting Borg patrols and hindering their progress. But the Borg were relentless, constantly learning, adapting their technology. One night, as they huddled around the Aegis, a grim realization dawned on them. They were running out of time. The Borg were making significant progress, bypassing the Aegis disruption field with alarming efficiency. "We need to act soon," Neo declared, his voice heavy with urgency. We can't hold back the entire Borg armada forever. Alex felt a wave of despair wash over them. They had come so far, forged unlikely alliances, and unlocked a potential within themselves they never knew existed. But was it all in vain? Suddenly, a new voice filled the chamber. A voice that crackled with static and echoed from an unknown location. It was faint, but unmistakable, a telepathic message. Hold on, the voice commanded, tinged with urgency. We're coming to help. We've been tracking the Borg for centuries, and we have a plan. But we need time. Hope flared in Alex's chest. Reinforcements? Who could it be? The message cut out abruptly, leaving them hanging with a tantalizing promise. Who was that? Cato asked, his young voice laced with curiosity. The warrior queen shook her head, her brow furrowed in thought. I don't recognize the signature. But their message is clear. They have a plan. Aegis, the scholar, stroked his beard thoughtfully. Perhaps they are the ones you envisioned, Alex. The other heroes scattered across the dimensions. We have to find them, Alex declared, a newfound determination burning in their eyes. We need to combine our forces, our knowledge, and our abilities. Only then can we hope to defeat the Borg. A renewed sense of purpose settled over the group. The message, albeit cryptic, offered a lifeline. They had to find these new allies, share their knowledge of the Aegis, and create a unified front against the Borg threat. The next few days were a whirlwind of activity. They used Aegis' limited disruption field to create a window, a temporary lull in the Borg's assault. With the Warrior Queen's guidance, they accessed a network of ancient dimensional gateways, hidden within the bowels of the city. These gateways, however, were one-way trips. They could send a message, a plea for help, but they had no control over who or what might come through on the other side. It was a gamble, but it was their only hope. One by one, they sent out telepathic messages, descriptions of the Borg, and their desperate need for assistance. Each message was a leap of faith, a prayer hurled into the vast unknown. Exhausted but resolute, they finally collapsed on the cold metal floor of the chamber, the weight of their actions pressing down on them. Would anyone hear their call? Would anyone answer? As if in response to their silent plea, a low hum resonated through the chamber. One of the dimensional gateways pulsed with an otherworldly light, swirling colors forming a vortex that stretched towards the ceiling. A figure stepped out of the gateway, bathed in the swirling light. It was a woman, her features obscured by a long, flowing cloak. She exuded an aura of power and wisdom, her gaze filled with an ancient knowledge. We received your message, she boomed, her voice echoing within the chamber. We are the Aegis Order, protectors of the multiverse from those who seek to disrupt the balance. And we stand with you. A wave of relief washed over Alex, a sense of hope battling the weariness in their bones. They weren't alone. The fight for survival had just begun, but now, they had allies. The heroes of the multiverse were gathering, and together, they would face the Borg threat, wielding the combined power of science, telepathy, and ancient technology. If you enjoyed Chapter 3 and want to support us, please consider subscribing to our channel. Don't forget to like, share, and join us on Patreon for exclusive content and behind-the-scenes access. Your support helps us continue creating and sharing this story with you. Thank you for being part of our journey.